Good afternoon. It's morning for me. I have not felt well, so I was isolating the last couple of days. But good morning, Jen, or evening, I think, where you're at. And by the way, watch this. Oh, wait, I was trying to fix like my green screen. I'm late at starting because it kept like going completely fuzzy, and all the colors would change. My face would turn into an Oompa Loompa. Hold on, let me see. Look. Ah! Oh my God. So give me just a second, okay? Or maybe we should just do it like this, like the trolls do. Just kidding. Hold on. That'll do. You're just going to have to deal with some static for now. I think it's because the sun is beaming through one of my windows. Hey, Thea. Hey, Beck Del Real, Angie, Janessa. Oh, thanks, Robin. Yeah, I'll be okay. I just don't feel good. Hey, Laura. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen you around before. What do you do on here? I'm just kidding. Oh, all right. Hold on. This is going to bug my OCD. All right. We'll see if that does it for a minute. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jan. And does this mean if I did a seance, will you come to my house? No, I'm isolating. Anyways, guys, gather around, grab your coffee, your cough drops, your amphetamines, your whatever it is that really just gives you oomph, okay? Don't do drugs and gather around. No, no chance, no, no dance, no chance, no dance, no chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! Hey! Ow! Ow! My I'm not sure I've ever had a shortbread cookie. What did Jan say? Can I just put that we all send our heartfelt condolences and healing prayers to all of those involved in today's incident in Southport? Hold on, I've been out of the loop for a couple of days, so let me see. Southport. Stabbing incident today at lunchtime. Oh, wow. Children. One headline is saying 2 children dead and 9 injured in stabbing attack at Southport dance class. You can't go anywhere these days. Nowhere. That's terrible. Yes, I'm sending prayers and comforting vibes to their family because that's Jesus. You can't go to the movie. You can't go to school. You can't go anywhere without like having to try to map your way out to an exit somewhere. When I go to the movie theater, which I've never been to the one here, and because they still have it open in Colorado, the James Holmes one, never go there. I've never seen a movie there. Did I go there with Mexi? I don't remember for a paranormal investigation, but no, I think he went by himself. But when I go to the movie theater, I literally am looking like, okay, I'm in this row. There's an exit up here, but if they come through the back, then I can run down to that one. It's sad you even have to think like that. A Taylor Swift themed dance class. I'm not going to say that because never mind. Taylor Swift. You know what I think of Taylor Swift. It's not her fault though. Anyways, all right. So I as you know, Laura came on my panel. What was it? 2-3 nights ago, and we were discussing what had just recently been put out. And you're going to have to forgive me if my voice goes hoarse. You're just going to have to deal with it because I need to do this now. Okay? I don't even have caffeine or anything inside of me, so you're just going to have to deal. But if you don't know, let's refresh your memory. I'm sure you do, but some people are probably going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it got out that Laura had, done real life actions on Makeup Mobster as far as CPS. That was 3 years ago. It's fresh to everybody right now, and specifically Makeup Mobsters. So, of course, it's upsetting to hear. It's angering. That's completely understandable. Love you, Jets mom. So hold on, because when I was in bed, I was writing stuff down in my notepad so I don't forget to say shit. All right? I want to cover it all across the board. But I'm going to start with this. So a lot of people, like, there's different levels of real life actions. There's, different levels of trolling people. There's different levels of commentary, even. That people, commentate on other people's channels or, whatever it is. Some people pull up random videos and do commentary. Some people commentary, they do commentary on celebrities. Some people do movie reactions. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on. So let me put it to you like this. Like, let's say that you go to a channel. Okay. I sure am, Cosmic. Let's say you go to a channel and they're reviewing, what's a really shitty movie? Bambi. Fucking hated that movie even as a kid. So they're reviewing Bambi. And let's say they have the same feelings about it that I do. Like, the movie sucks. It's terrible. And then they start, going into the voice actors and going through the credits. And every single day, that's like what their channel is. It's a drag Bambi channel. Which I'm down for that shit. Fuck Bambi. Okay? So see, then you get subscribers and you get people coming in that fucking hate Bambi. They hate Bambi's mom. Obviously. Obviously, the movie creators hated her too. They hate the production. All of it. Everything. Every day. That's just all they talk about is how shitty Bambi is. So at that point, somebody calls them out and says, dude, can you stop? You're hurting Bambi's, so to speak, feelings. And they're like, I don't care. I'm a commentary channel. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you do commentary on anything else? Or just your sick, fucked up hatred for Bambi? And I think we all kind of see that on here. Sometimes we get fixated, and I'm guilty of it too, of certain subjects or topics or people that we just keep going at. And we can't let go. Well, I'm going to start off by saying, Makeup Mobster, she clearly had a channel before, any of this community and Chris Watts happened. I think she did reviews or makeup stuff like that. But it is a fact, okay, that when her, and I don't even really know, I don't remember, this was 6 years ago. I don't know what her hatred, her anger towards Molly Golightly was or is. Obviously, still, it's there. But back then, I remember, guys, I always say the OGs in the community I came from are Molly Golightly, Makeup Mobster, Laura, and Pink Lady Luck. Because when Chris Watts happened, people kind of all formed their own groups based on whose opinion they had. Because Pink and Laura and Marissa, Molly Golightly, and Makeup Mobster, they all had issues with each other, okay? But Makeup Mobster began to get a larger following from, and I'm going to use the word hate, it's my opinion, from hating Molly Golightly. And back then, this is when I was fresh. I didn't know how to approach people on here, didn't know the response. So just like I do today, I would always try to get people to get along. And I was super cheesy about it, super fucking like, guys, you know, and people still tease me to this day when I say, I'm all for peace. I want peace. But does anybody know what fucking happens when people, their hatred gets in the way so badly that peace is not an option? Not only that, but their hatred has got in the way so badly that they're just fixated on a person to the point where it's their content. And it's a fact. I mean, I listened, all I needed to hear on Makeup Mobster's stream today was, she's like 7 times 77. Well, first of all, it's 77 times 70. But as you guys know, I'm not a Bible humper. I don't go based off the Bible. I take, and people say, oh, you can't pick and choose. I fucking do, because I pick and choose what helps me in my life and what makes sense and what motivates me. And that's one of them. But she said she didn't know what that means. And I'm like, well, there you go. You don't know what forgiveness means, Makeup Mobster, because I know that from experience with you. And then she says, you know, I'll show all of our emails, me and Robbie's and mine's email to go ahead. It's apparent in your actions, Makeup Mobster. It's apparent in all of the streams and the videos you used to do years ago. You do not want peace with these people that you go on and on and on about. Now, I don't watch her. I haven't, except, you know, today, a little part. I don't know what she talks about these days. I don't know if she's still fixated on Molly Golightly. Don't know any of that. Hold on. I'm going to pause and read this. Janessa says, I don't understand how everybody else is exonerated for their constant bullying and harassment and all the real life things that they've done, but Laura is not. Makeup Mobster was awful and relentless. Make it make sense. Make this make sense too, Janessa. As you know, I'm watching some of her stream today. You have Manda in there. Now, I don't know if Hooker was in there, but Manderlin. And so here's a good example. You know, people say, oh, you should call out Laura. You should do this. Makeup Mobster, do you remember when I lived with my aunt when I started my channel? And then I got my boyfriend who turned into fiance, who later turned into husband. We got an apartment together. And I had a job that I didn't tell anybody where it was. Nothing. The only thing they knew is I drove. Your girl, who's in there throwing a fit, Makeup Mobster Amanda, her and her girlfriend Hooker publicly doxed down to the T, the exact route, everything where I worked. There's children that rode that bus. You know, children are so important to people. There's children, there's families. It's dangerous. Anything could happen, but no one's going to call that out. They're just going to keep being outraged. And, you know, I already forgive Manda and Hooker. Shit, who cares at this point? Are they dicks? Fuck yeah, they are. But I did it right back in return to them. Now, that's not okay to do. Oh my God. That's not okay to do. But as I was saying, when you start a channel and you're incognito or with your face, it doesn't matter. Hey, Britt. When you consistently make your content all the time, someone else, it is not an excuse, okay? Because it's not okay to go real life for any of us. Any of us. But what the fuck happens, to put it cut and dry, when you poke a bear? Now, bears are bears and humans are humans. We have laws as humans, all right? So there's consequences for our actions when we do stuff that's terrible. And the only way that I've ever experienced, that's why in Makeup Mobster, I'm not, she's like, he's preaching religion. No, I'm not. You were talking about my post. In my community post, I said, I'm going to sit back and watch God forgive 7 times 70 or 77, whatever the fuck. And hopefully people follow suit. You don't have to be a Christian, Buddhist, atheist to know that karma, what goes around comes around, treat people the way you want to be treated. And holding on to anger for all of us fucks our lives up. And if you deny that, then obviously you've never experienced anger in your life, which is bullshit too. Yeah, you're welcome, Janessa. I'm not going to give into it because everybody does fucked up shit on here. And I see people being friends with a lot of people who've done fucked up shit to my friends, to me. Shit. But people learn and they fucking grow. And I do not care what your crime is, what your addictions are, all of that. You still have the ability to change. Now, if you're actively being a dick to me, am I going to fucking insult you for that shit and fucking talk shit? Of course I am. But when I calm down, I'll be better and you just move on. So hold on real quick. Give me a second. Okay, sorry. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Yes, but also let me say, Bernie, and sorry guys, I need another cough drop. That's why I had to mute. I should be resting, but I had too much to say. And I have OCD about what I need to say, and I don't want to forget. Hope you're good too, Samby. So it's not okay in return for people to do fucked up shit. Even, and like I say, like when people go at me, I fucking go back and I'll do it better. That's not a good quality for me to have. I'm not saying that's okay. But people play completely innocent that they have not poked, they have not provoked, they have not insulted, shamed people, made them feel guilty, made them feel like shit about their fucking life or their job or making candles in Laura's instant. Like when all of that shit adds up, you know that, right? That's why people call it bullying or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I don't care if you're a commentary channel. When you continue to stack up going at somebody every day, it fucking builds up. And those people want to fucking come back at you finally when they snap. That's just common sense. It's not okay when they do it. But what the fuck do you expect? Yes, human decency. And no, it's not okay to go after kids. It's not an excuse. It's fucking common logic in human interaction. Common logic, okay, is if I'm sitting, okay, let's take Miss Portland, for example. This is my Miss Portland doll, okay? If I'm continuing to poke, poke, poke. I used to do this to my older brother when I was little. Poke, poke. And then she's going to chase me. I'm going to run. Then I'm going to come back and fucking do it. And then finally she just beats my ass. I can't sit there and be like, oh my God, she hurt me. She beat me up. And no, my parents would have told me, stop fucking provoking your brother. You got that because you got it. It's not okay that your brother hit you. It is not okay, so I will deal with him, but you need to stop fucking provoking him. So in Makeup Mobster, you do fucking provoke people. That's why you have a following on here. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on real quick. I just want to ask a quick question to somebody. Where is the bitch? Hey, I'm live. So don't say anything fucked up, okay? Can I ask you a question?
I'm live. Yeah, what?
Oh, are you?
What's the question, fuckface?
Okay, so this is Molly Golightly on the line. Who, just out of top of your head, when you started doing Chris Watts and all of that, who do you think was like the main leader of your haters that wouldn't fucking stop and was terrible?
Probably Makeup Mobster or Jonathan Lee Riches.
Oh, that's funny.
But
Makeup Mobster is the first one you said. Do you ever remember her wanting to settle things, make things easier on your life or herself, and just shut the fuck up? Ever?
no, not at all. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No.
What's the worst thing she did to you, do you think?
She never shut up. What is the worst thing that she did?
Mhm.
I don't. What's the worst thing she did?
Yeah, like what hurt you the most, or what was the most annoying or the worst thing?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think about it very often. I mean, I can't believe what Laura did to her kid and her husband, but what was the worst thing Megan Mobster ever did?
Mhm.
Honestly, the worst thing she ever did is she kept trying to convince everybody that I was calling the cops and shit on her.
Mhm.
That was horrible.
Well, I'm going to pause you real quick because it's funny you said.
She also made a channel doxing my whole house.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, she doxed the whole house, put the address. She got the address from that lady Kim that died.
Okay. How old was your kid at the time that she did this?
Ooh, 11.
Wow. So you said basically a minute ago, you're like, I don't really know. That speaks volumes, okay? Because this woman made videos or went live about you every single day, provoking. Yeah. And, and then me and you fell out a little bit and I kind of got to know her and then we got along, whatever. So that speaks volumes. I think I don't watch her anymore except for recently, like today I did. I don't even know. Does she still talk about Molly? Does anyone know? I'm sure she does.
The worst thing that I can tell you is I've made 2 calls. I have 2 police reports with Hershey Police Department, and the first time one of the detectives called me and said that he had went to the Army, I believe he said, with the something of police in her county. The laws are a little different, and I think that the reason I was able to kind of form a relationship with my, police here, like they came over with the whole Michelle Sabate thing. They came over with the Ray McRae thing. Like they know what we're doing. Like, the one female officer said, I don't know why you guys get so much hate for what you do. I think what you do is great. He said that, he said that Makeup Mobster definitely has had reports made on her.
Okay.
And that she knows what she's doing. That's what he said.
So in Makeup Mobster, because I know you're listening, Makeup Mobster, you poke and poke and poke. That's my whole point. So when you poke at people non-fucking stop over and over, and that's all you fucking do, eventually they're going to either snap or they're going to want to call the police or whatever it is. I didn't know about this channel she made doxing your house and shit.
It's called Molly Go Hershey.
Molly Go Hershey.
Okay. And people called her out on it. I think it was, it was Wendy. And Wendy meaning Diane's Wendy.
Wendy?
Like, they're disgusting. She admitted that she did it, but then
wait, hold on. Who did? Wendy did or Makeup Mobster did?
Wendy's the one that called her out while she was live, and she said, you did a full-on dox with Molly Golightly. And what's your fucking excuse? I lost the password. And the thing is she just wanted people to know where I was. And I was like, okay.
So hold on. I'm just 1 second. I'm going to pause real quick and I can't wait to see what Makeup Mobster's response is to this, but I'm sure she's probably going to say something along the lines, if she admits to it, saying that was years ago. Well, then that proves my point too, to also shut the fuck up about Laura. Now I know you and Laura don't get along right now, whatever, but keep going.
Well, I will tell you one thing. When I was friends with Laura and Tiffany, they both verbatim had the same things to say about Leona. They basically both said, you know, all she does is wait till 9 o'clock in the morning to get her son up on the bus to go to school, and then she goes live, and then she's got to be off live before the husband comes home.
Well, I will give her credit for, you know, because she is a good mom. I will say that. I will give her credit for that, for waiting, because a lot of people just do it.
That's really sweet. And they both said that, you know, she that the kid is basically living off McDonald's and Panera, and then one of the women
said, I'll take that. That's good.
I'll take it too, right? Then both of them have said, meaning Tiffany and Laura have said, you know, did you know that her husband is actually a really decent guy? He's actually a nice guy. I think it was, I don't know if it was Laura or Tiffany, but one of them said that they were on the phone with her.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Marissa. There's somebody in my chat saying they're called River of No Return. They said Makeup Mobster has already admitted to that channel, and Molly had already told everyone she lived in Hershey several times before that channel ever came out. I'm sorry, River. Are you excusing her behavior of doxing where a child lives? I don't give a fuck if she said where she lives. The whole point is Makeup Mobster created a whole separate channel to dox someone's address.
Channels. Adrian said that she has many clip channels.
Oh, I'm sure she does. Lots of these people do.
That's what she was doing the whole time that she was gone, was being clip channels. That's what I know. I don't care. But there was one time, honestly, to be honest, me and Laura really didn't ever really talk about MM, because she would be like, oh, I hate that annoying bitch. I can't stand her. And I hate it when people tell me that she said this, because I don't want to hear it. And I get it. I don't believe that Laura was really watching her. But, you know, she couldn't stop talking about whoever she doesn't like. She's going to talk about them. But this is the thing. It all comes down to, like, with Bullhorn Betty. You can't get worked up over words. And you get worked up too.
Yep.
They're just
I'm guilty of it.
I know, it's fine. They're in the end. Listen, I've been to court with this. I know how the courts work, and I know how the police work. It's just words. What is dangerous is Michelle Sabate going over to what's her name's house.
Who is Michelle? Who is that?
That is a huge crime, and Michelle can get into a gigantic amount of trouble. But if Bombshell doesn't do anything about it, there's nothing anyone, you know, can force her to. But let me tell you something. I will tell you one thing. I got fed up one night, big time, with MM. And I called up the police, and I had Justin and Laura on the phone with me, and they were listening in. And he said, what's going on, Maurice? And I said, is it a crime if I just show up at her house? And he goes, why would you want to do that? And I said, I want to get this over with. I said, I'm not going to go armed. I'm not going to go there with the intentions of, you know.
Fighting.
I didn't say fighting.
No, you're not going with the intention of fighting. You were going with the intention of, like, what, face-to-face resolution?
Here I am face-to-face. And he said, Marissa, why would you want to do that? And I said, because I can't fucking take her fucking. And he was like, just don't, you know, just completely ignore her. You know what? Sometimes ignoring people really doesn't work.
I know.
You know, it doesn't work. And for whoever just commented in there saying that I was talking about living in Hershey, actually, no, I wasn't. It was Kim, Fire Chats with Kim, the one that died, who tricked me into giving her my address. Kim
Marissa.
Kim was the one that lied, all right? Kim was the one that lied and said, Molly stole a bottle of pills from me 5 months ago when we were in Las Vegas. Now, everyone was like, wait a second, why didn't you say anything 5 months ago? Why did you continue to talk to her? Why did you continue to give her money while she was in London and blah, blah, blah? And people have questioned her. What kind of pills were they? I don't want to talk about it. It was no, K Smalls. What? How many pills were they? I don't want to talk about it. She passed away. All of a sudden, she passes away. I was on the phone when we found out that Kim passed away. It was me, K Smalls, and Tiffy, and them two are crying. And they're like, Marcy, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And they're like, oh my God, you're not sad? And I'm like, nope. And then a couple of days after, Tiffy called. I'll never forget it. And she goes, oh my God, Marissa. And I said, what? She goes, are you ready? Because you're going to flip the fuck out. And I went, what? And she goes, I was just here listening to the Mobster, and she said it twice and said, how can people be okay with Molly Golightly not even talking about Kim's death? And then she has the nerve to go over to the memorial page. I said, memorial page? I go, I never did that. And she goes, no, Marissa, I did. She goes, there's a post on her memorial set says Marissa Zadinsky. I swear to God, it said Marissa Zadinsky. Oh, Kim, I'm so sorry I dragged you all over the internet while you were alive. And I fucking screamed out and I said, Adrian! And then Adrian comes running into the room and goes, what happened? And I said, this fucking cunt. And Adrian said, how do we know that it was definitely her? And Tiffany goes, because I've been sitting here watching this bitch. And she mentioned it 2 times. So I went over there and I saw it myself. She goes, and lately I've noticed that she really wants Molly's attention to talk about Kim. I don't like him. I don't respect him. She fucking lied. So yeah, I was like, oh well. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about my enemies. I'm not gonna listen, I am not going to say and make people heroes and make people saints because they died.
Me neither.
I don't do that in my real life. I'm not gonna do it on the internet. It's
well, because it'd be a lie.
What?
It'd be a lie. Like if you got up and was like, they were the best person ever. No, they weren't.
And that's what people do. Oh, you were such a beautiful person. Really?
Yeah, no.
Listen, do you think that I would want the Mobster at my funeral?
She probably would, to be honest. She'd probably go and talk shit about you there.
I mean, think about it. I would expect her to be like, hey, I know Alicia. I remember Alicia, my own friend, when we were super tight. She said something that stuck with me for years. She literally actually, you know what, Michelle? You are going to go down. Michelle Goes Live. I'll tell you what. You're going to go down so hard because I'm going to tell you what's up, Michelle. If Bombshell wants my husband's help.
Wait, is that the MGL person?
You're going to get a restraining order put on you. I'm not afraid to confront you. Bring it, Michelle. Bring it. I'm very confrontational. Bring it.
Where's Michelle?
Don't, because let me tell you something. Bombshell related makes one call to my freaking husband, you are done. If you think that my husband doesn't have contact in Scott County, you're crazy. Not your county, but where Bomb is. You got some nerve, sweetheart, coming in here. You got some nerve. Don't you ever come over here talking. Because my husband will tell her exactly, verbatim, what to do. You're lucky that she hasn't done it yet. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Nobody respects you.
Nobody. Oh, she's in your chat. I'm like, who is that?
It's disgusting. Everything that you do is horrendous. Ever since you came along, everything has went down south. Horrible. And you deserve everything that's happening to you. Everything.
Marissa.
And everything that said that was going to happen to you already has. Don't ever come in here thinking that you have a place to even comment. You are not welcomed here. No one likes you. No one has a modicum of respect for you. But anyway, let's get back to Laura.
I'm tired of holding my phone up to the microphone. Do you want a link, or you could call in when you're done with your live or whatever? If you.
I guess I can call it. I mean, what's your main point?
Oh my God. Well, I was responding to a bunch of shit that she said and explaining my whole point. And this is what people don't understand, because the majority of people, they only form like communities because they hate the same person.
The hate bombs, yeah. And it's childish.
Yes, it is.
Childish.
Yes. And so the other night, like, my whole point is they said that I was making excuses for Laura, which I wasn't. What I was saying is, look, it was 3 years ago, whether she admitted it or not, now then was called out. Like, she's saying, okay, she even apologized last night. Makeup Mobster specifically said, she's like, prove that I didn't want to forgive or make peace with Molly Golightly. Well, first of all, it shows in all of your videos in the past, Makeup Mobster, and it also shows in your actions today when you said, I don't want an apology. Fuck her. You know why you don't want an apology, Makeup Mobster? And this is my opinion. It's because this is good content for you to continue with. That's what it is. That's why you never wanted to make things or get over your hatred for Molly, because she made your channel big.
Oh my God. If it wasn't for Makeup Mobster, she did amazing things for my channel.
No. You made it. Well, yeah, but if it wasn't for you, just like I tell people, you're the one who talked me into starting a channel. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this channel. But that was for positive reasons, except that one time when I was like, I am leaving the Molly Golightly community.
You're a dick. And the thing is, what I even told you wasn't even harmful. I told you to blame me.
Yep.
So that to protect you. And you honestly took it as, oh my God, Marissa's sneaky or Marissa's dangerous. No, I didn't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't. And then you realize, holy shit, I think Molly Golightly actually meant that in a good way. And then you said, oh, I'm sorry. And I forgave you. And then we haven't had a problem since.
Well, and that's a good thing to bring up before I hang up, and you can have a link if you want. But the whole point of when I fell out with Marissa, like a little bit after I started my channel, is Marissa texted me and she was like, you need to tell people you don't talk to me anymore. And her whole point, I said I wasn't going to lie. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to fucking lie. The whole reason Marissa did that was because people would target the people that supported her, and she didn't want me targeted. I was like, that's bullshit. Well, look what happens when you like somebody that somebody like Makeup Mobster doesn't like, or any of these other people. Not only do you get that person talking shit about you, but you get all of their little followers and their minions to come over and come after you. And that's what triggers people. I'm not saying it's okay to go real life, but that can be very fucking triggering if you know what it feels like. I don't know who Michelle is. Cosmic.
Oh God. Oh, she's so skanky. So it's like you don't know whether to feel bad for her or just like you throw holy water at her. It's demented. Just demented. Just don't even know. There is never going to be any sort of peace with me and ever. I'm never going to have a conversation with that girl. I don't have anything to say about her. I don't have anything to say to her. It's done. She wanted to make a name for herself. I can't believe she never did anything with her platform. I think that's very sad. She has skills to, edit, patience. She's got all the time in the world, more time than I could ever have to actually make money. And she's never utilized that. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty, I used to think of it as trying to encourage her to do something better with herself, but she just, I guess she likes chaotic, situations and being unfair.
To be fair, I think she's making plenty of money off this situation right now.
Oh, I see that her finances are absolutely none of my business. So if you guys want to go make a mobster money, that's fine. I'm not making any money here. It doesn't matter. The money really doesn't matter. It's all about she sat there and blamed me for calling the cops on her. I never called the cops on her. I've spoken to the cops about her twice, but I never called the cops to her house or called CPS. I would never do that. And the thing is like, what are you supposed to tell CPS about a child that you've never seen, that you really can't even identify in a way? You know, like you have to know what your report has to be something that is imminent threat. Like this child is in danger right now. You got to rush over there. Like, you know, passed out with a needle in the arm and the kids are starving. Like that's what CPS is for. It's not because, you know, you want to weaponize it into I don't like A, B, C, and D. Right. No, don't do that. And once you fall into those types of things, you know, once you start acting that way, I mean, really, you're really asking for, I'm not going to say karma, but you really are asking for it. You really are asking for it. And you can get loved bombed and, you know, people can give you all, you know, money saying, oh, I support you. But they're not saying I support you. Just remember, what they're really supporting is your anger and your rage, and they want to see more. I learned that a long time ago.
Well,
remember that?
Yeah, because that's what a lot of people like on here is.
It's chaos. Yeah. It's almost like all these people, including me, were like some sort of internet, you know, like a guinea pig science experiment. Like let's do a social experiment, kind of like the real world, except they're not.
This is Bad Girls Club, girl. Fuck the real world.
Yeah, it's just done on the internet, and they try to beat each other in numbers, and their reward for doing it is money. That's it. That's really what it is.
I agree.
I mean that's it. But no, I don't know. I don't even think of Mixed Mobster as an enemy. Like I just don't care. You know, it's pretty sad that nothing has gotten better for her in all of these years. You know, she's not done anything with her life in all of these years. She's just always focused on yelling at people. And listen, I get it. Your parents passed away. So did mine. But I'm still going to go out there and, you know, enjoy life. I'm still going to enjoy, you know, you can't spend your life being mad at people. And I would really hate it if, you know, she turned this newfound, you know, fact about Laura into her life's mission.
Well, I think that's what we're witnessing here. I know it's fresh, but we know how Makeup Mobster goes on and on and on. So,
well, this will be her thing forever, and some of us will choose to move on because it is summer. It's summer, you know. I've got friends, 2 different groups of friends coming in the next week, and I've got things going on. It's summer, and you know, Jake's about to enter his senior year. You know, I got 1 kid, which means I have 1 shot. I don't have multiple children where I'm like, all right, I can afford 1 fuck up. You know what I mean? I got 1 kid. I got to make sure that kid is regimented and on, you know, is close to me because this is an important time. More than ever. Yep. He's not here right now. That's why I'm live.
Well, thank you, because I have a few more things to say. I'm going to hang up, but thank you, because you kind of just clarified a few things for me that further prove what I was saying the other day. So, but if you want a link, just come in the chat while I'm blabbing.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye, bitch. Okay, so what I was saying, okay, and first of all, I don't think I ever heard about that channel that Makeup Mobster admitted to or any of that. That was news to me. And, you know, I would say I'd have to see proof, obviously, that Makeup Mobster said that to fully believe it, because I don't go based just on rumors. But if someone said she admitted to it, I mean, I'll look into that. But anyways, my whole point is, and the other day I said this, and I'll say it again, because now that, you know, Molly said Makeup Mobster made a whole separate troll channel to dox her address. So my question to that person that came in here defending it, which is great, you know, it was years ago. She probably doesn't do that anymore. Who knows? She still made she didn't do it as her. She did it as somebody else, meaning she's not proud of what she did and she knows it's wrong. So how come she's able to have forgiveness for that if she admitted to it? How come she's able to have forgiveness and people get over it and not talk about it, but the same can't be applied? Because it's not about, listen, it's not about your anger right now. Of course, people are going to be angry. They're going to talk about it. That's just common logic. But I've literally seen people saying, this is unforgivable. You cannot forgive this. And my point of what I was saying is that's not how I operate. And especially since Laura's my friend, I'm not going to turn on her because of that. And I know from being her friend that I've watched her change in many different ways. We all do. And when you starve somebody of forgiveness, you're actually contributing to the problem, in my opinion. When I go back at my haters, instead of just letting it go, ignoring it, or just having forgiveness, I make the problem worse. So my point is not making excuses for actions or anything. My point is, okay, like it happened. This person recognizes it. You recognize it. There doesn't need to be a hate club, because that is what starts all of this bullshit. And listen, there wouldn't be real life actions if there wasn't something called the drama community. And that's my opinion. Yippee-ki fucking A, Georgia. I sure am. And I think May Noodles is a fucking amazing, wonderful person. You want to know why, Georgia? May Noodles, no matter how angry she gets or mean shit she's done or said back to people in return, she's willing to squash that shit so fucking easily. And if you didn't have enough aggression it takes to come in here to leave that comment, because obviously you're angry at her, then you're part of the problem. You're exactly who I'm talking about, Georgia. People like yourself. Because in case you didn't know, I wasn't just friends with May Noodles right off the bat. Her and I did not like her. We talked shit about each other, and it was so easily squashed, and it felt amazing. People should start doing that more instead of leaving passive-aggressive comments in my chat of people I'm friends with, instead of going and talking to the person themselves and squashing it. See how that works? Love you, Iris. No one knows what they would do if someone talks about you for a solid 4 years at the time. Call it was 365 days every day for a solid year. And that's what I was saying earlier, Laura, is the action of retaliation and going real life and stuff. Of course, it's not okay. I don't think people just naturally want to do that. But it's a natural human reaction, or animals react fucking even worse when you taunt and you poke. We can only have self-control for so long. Georgia says, I'm definitely not part of the problem. I don't involve myself in people's real lives. I hang out on YouTube and that's it. Well, then go hang out on YouTube and fucking, I don't know what to tell you, but don't worry about who I'm friends with and just hang out on YouTube and enjoy your fucking time. I actually make real life connections outside of YouTube. I had tons of people from YouTube and friends that I've met up with in person. They were at my wedding. Tons of shit. I actually interact, and I'm a real fucking person. I don't even know if that's your real fucking name or face. Hey, Angela. And I don't care. It's your prerogative. Don't fucking worry about, you're friends with so-and-so. That speaks volumes about yourself. Okay, well, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. If you're judging people, do you support Makeup Mobster, Georgia? I'm guessing you do. I don't know. but she supports somebody who fucking went real life on me and she's friends with them. Do you see me sitting there saying, that's your fault? No, I'm saying we're all fucking hypocrites if we're going to call people out and if we're going to just target people for their bad decisions, their bad choices, and not give anybody fucking grace. The same thing happens in the world of addiction and all these other things. If you don't have that little bit of belief, sometimes that's all it takes to inspire somebody to change. That's why God is fucking awesome. I don't fucking hump the Bible. I don't do any of that shit. Matter of fact, I ripped the Bible up on a fucking live stream to prove a point that it's not a fucking weapon. It has good recipes in it that I like to use, but it's still a man-written fucking thing. And my relationship is strictly with God. And God shows me, dude, if I'm asking for something, if I'm like, God, why aren't you answering this fucking prayer yet? Like, what the fuck? He shows me shit. He will show you, like, you need to learn this before you're able to receive this. Things will not come to you until you're ready to receive them. So if you're sitting there praying that you'll have a fucking, let's say you're praying for a marriage, a wonderful house, and a wonderful life. And let's say that you're fucked up. You don't know how to fucking commit to anybody. You don't know how to do shit, but you're praying for marriage. So nope, you're not getting that yet until you fix the other shit. Same thing happens with fucking forgiveness. Nobody can tell everyone as a whole to forgive or not to forgive. It's up to each individual person whether to forgive or not. I agree with that. But if you're holding back forgiveness, it is a fucking fact and common sense that you're holding on to anger and making yourself miserable. And you're depriving the other person. I mean, they can forgive themselves, but when you're continuing to not forgive, that's one thing. And then when you're continuing to poke and trash and go at that person when you don't know if they fucking changed or not, is bullshit. Shout out to mine and COVID's OnlyFans, folks. We do OnlyFans together now. Coming soon to an adult theater near you. Laura says, being obsessed with someone and bashing someone every day is going real life. Some psycho in your chat will give real life due to your constant bashing of someone. That is a fact. And I, over the years on YouTube, I've realized that. When somebody, like, for example, here's another thing. And I'm only using this as a point. This is not Makeup Mobster's fault. But as you're over there whining and fucking moaning and complaining about, you know, people supporting Laura because they're her friend and shit like that, what do you think about Amanda and Hooker saying that I have HIV just because I'm gay? What do you think of that? Let's take a look at Amanda's comment with Jill yesterday. Jill says, and this is there, it's on one of their things, just so you know, I'm not making shit up. Jill says, I haven't been able to stomach Robbie's voice since he bragged about having STDs, in particular syphilis. He was infected numerous times. Once it was severe enough for the state of Colorado to mandate treatment. Where in the hell am I? And how do I get back home? And Manderlin says, click your heels 3 times. Yeah, he's disgusting. I can't with him. Okay, so Hooker has been telling me forever that he, as in Robbie, is infected with HIV. That's news to me. And he does look a lot like her friends who have it. I believe that for sure. He also doesn't take care of himself and still lives with what they would consider a high-risk lifestyle. He's the only one who would have all that and not tell anyone. Okay, first of all, why would it, if I even did have HIV, okay, why would it be your fucking business? Or why would I owe that to anybody? Why would I owe it to anybody to even explain my private lifestyle and how I take care of myself? It is very apparent, and I'm just going to say this to Amanda. It is very apparent who takes better care of themselves and who doesn't. Just look at me and just look at you. Okay? I'm not the most healthiest, strongest person in the fucking world, but even when I'm down, I mean, I'm literally fucking sick right now. You don't see me coming on like you do, leaving my camera off the whole time and all that bullshit. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, and apparently, you know, and of course this is Manda and Hooker who call me an F word because I'm gay, like pretty much every time they address me. And it's okay because they're gay. That's their excuse. But then like to just automatically assume I have HIV because I'm gay. Do I think Makeup Mobster supports that because they're all kissing her ass? No, I don't. So hold on. I wanted to read Daria. Daria said, how come nobody brings up how fucking unhinged it is to talk about one person every day for 4 years? And you know why these people can't imagine that, Daria? Because nobody fucking talks about them. And it sounds mean, but it is it's the truth. Nobody fucking watches these people. Nobody fucking, like, they're not important enough. They're not influential enough to be spoken about unless they tag people, unless they fucking, Chantel, thank you. I know. Thank you. Unless they're going at somebody. Nobody knows who they are unless they're using somebody else every single fucking day to build their channel and feel confident about themselves. So they don't know what it feels like to be spoke about every fucking day. And I know this from experience. As soon as you fire back, okay, COVID, see you on OnlyFans. As soon as you fire back at one of your fucking trolls who's been going at you every fucking day forever, and you may have a level of intensity of responding that's very low, you may ignore it, or you might fucking snap. But you can't tell me for 1 second that that person doesn't know why you finally snapped. It is not okay to do mean shit when we snap. I know that. And that's something that's a flaw of mine that I continue every fucking time I do it to try to do it again. Like, not do it again. Try to do it again and not get caught is what I meant. But yeah, like even if you're going, let's say you're not doing anything wrong, you're just covering the person every single day because you're fixated on them. Well, you're going to build haters up in the chat that one of them's going to fucking go real life. You don't know who you're influencing. You don't know who the fuck is watching, how crazy people are. I don't care how fucking much of a saint you pretend to be. Wait, what? Hold on. Hey, Ashley. Laura claimed her kids were traumatized, but last night when that lady is on panel said Makeup Mobster's kid was traumatized. Look, you guys, this can be a back and forth. My point is, everybody makes bad fucking decisions, and I'm going to say this, and I told Nikki I was addressing this. This is not against Nikki because we disagree. I am very sick and tired of people saying, like, when kids are involved and stuff like that, because obviously I don't have kids. And then people will say, well, how come specifically, they'll say it about me or other people, why are they using an animal, comparing it to a kid? Or you'll hear people saying, you don't know unconditional love until you have a kid. Well, I understand that because, like, we don't have kids. We don't understand that type of love. But you're basically saying that we have the inability to actually have unconditional love for people, and that's false. So, yes, they're kids, they're innocent, but so are fucking animals. So are all of our family members. So is everybody else outside of fucking YouTube that I have unconditional love for. And so for anybody to tell me that, Robbie, you don't have kids, you can't speak on this. The whole point is the real life bullshit. And I have people in my life, and I'm going to say this because I love them unconditionally with everything. So I might even love them more than you love your fucking kids, for all I know. I'm not saying that to make a mobster. I'm saying in general. Okay. So you cannot sit there and tell me that I haven't had people go real life on me, because I have, that they haven't gone after people I love, because they fucking have. Real life is real life. And that bullshit excuse and basically, putting my opinion to the side and saying it doesn't count because I don't fucking know. Fuck you. I do know. You want to know why I know? Because I actually show my fucking face on here. I actually am my fucking bullshit self on here, even in my bad fucking moods and my flaws. So until you guys can do that, you don't know what the fuck it's like to be yourself on here and have people fucking go after you and your family. Is it smart for all y'all bitches to stay incognito? It sure the fuck is. Because as soon as you throw stones at people, talk shit about them, nobody knows what to criticize about you because you're a fucking coward and you don't show who the fuck you are. That's all I got to say about that. Let's see. What else did I write here? Yeah, and basically, I'm not justifying the actions of going real life on anybody. I'm not, and including when I've done it. Let me say this, though, and make it clear. When I've done it back to people. I've never just gone real life on somebody. But people will clip those parts. They won't show what instigated it, what the other person did first. Hey, Scotty. Yeah, actually, Scotty, I'm going to highlight that. So when Manda and Hooker doxed the job that I was working at, I literally, and this is what's so frustrating, and this is another reason why I took matters into my own fucking hands. And this is a reason why people snap, guys. And I'm not saying it's okay, but this is what leads up to people fucking snapping and doing real life shit. When I walked into the police station to report them, the police were like, okay, people are allowed to do that. And so I asked the police officer, I said, hold on a minute. Do you mean to tell me that I can fucking look up their job and post that shit online, post pictures of their fucking family, all this shit? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, even their name? Yes. Maybe against YouTube terms of service, but yeah, you can. It's out there. Why can't you? That's how I was treated. Even though these people target, say I have HIV, say I'm the F word, all this fucking bullshit. Yeah, you can. And you have to remember, doxing is with ill intent. You have to prove that they did it to be malicious. Everybody doxes subtly, right? They put it out there just so you know they have it. And that's how they get away with it. So you never doxed a child in your life. I've never even said my own children's names on this platform. Yeah, that's a good idea not to. What I'm saying, though, is there's a lot of people on here that they don't know what it feels like to be Laura. They don't know what it's like to be Makeup Mobster. They don't know what it's like to be me, Lycan, Molly, fucking people that you see literally hate channels that are designed against. So you can't tell us how to react or how we should feel because you don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it feels like to have thousands of people that hate you and hate channels and seeing rumors, a lot of them that are not true and all that shit. So you can't tell us how to respond. You don't know. Because nobody fucking talks about you. Not you, mood poisoning. I'm saying in general. That's my point of that. Amanda and Hooker have doxed you. Your husband, his family members, Lycan's mom, Hello Starlight's dad, went real life by calling the police over beefs. Literally the day that Amanda and Hooker, the day that they doxed me, okay? I called the cops that morning on them, which wasn't helpful. And they're like, well, just come in, show us what it is. So I hung up. And I get a phone call from the police. And I was like, oh, I just got off the phone with you guys. She's like, no, this is a sheriff in Ohio. They called the police on me that day, right after they doxed me, saying that I was doxing them because I showed their public Facebook profile on my channel. So they did the same thing. They did it first, but they called the cops on me. What the fuck? They are dirty. They are dirty. They've called people's jobs their family members. Oh, yeah. Yes. So my point is, makeup mobster, if you're going to sit there and be upset, of course. And of course, no, I do agree. I saw your community post, makeup mobster. It is going to take time and your time. That's great. And you know what? You're entitled to that. But when I see people doing streams saying this is unforgivable, people should do this to Laura's family or her candles, or people should order a candle from her and fucking do a review on it and say how shitty it is. I want you to hold the fuck on. I'll be right back. Okay. I got your review right here, bitch. This is one of many I have. This is one that we keep in the living room, and this is from our proposal when Michael proposed to me. So there's pictures from the night he proposed, and then he named a star after us. When he proposed, he took me out into the mountains at night and had us look up at the star. I didn't know till that night. And beautiful. There's many different scents. Solid. Wonderful. Wonderful. And you could do custom. This was a custom one she did for me. And our star's name is Rob Mick. So, hang on one sec. Okay, sorry. That's exactly my point, Janessa, why something 3 years ago cannot be forgiven, but yet people's current disgusting behavior in real life shit can be overlooked. Oh, hey, BX. He said, I went real life on you, Robbie. When did I say that? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? BX, okay, and I will say this, him and I went on his panel, I don't know, not even a year ago. And we spoke about the whole situation with us. I'm glad you came in here, BX, because that is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. He had his opinions on me, okay? And he does talk about other people, so it's not like it was just me. But a lot of it was, you know, and BX, I don't know if you saw the beginning of this, but what I was saying is there's commentary, but then there's like repeated commentary on people's channels where it becomes like, okay, we get it. Like it was very apparent that BX does not like me. And then it was over and over and over. And then along with that, you get all the people coming in and then a lot of rumors and all this different shit. And it pissed me off. And so when I struck him, we won't get into that because we disagree, and I'm good with our last conversation. But basically, I pulled up the actual place where he put on the thing that I couldn't mail something to. It came back to me and it was denied. And so I put that on there. He says, but I heard you say I've only gone real life on people that went real life on me first. Maybe I misheard. Well, that is true, BX. I believe, and this is my opinion, and many others have said it even in this chat, when you continue to taunt and like go after people, and like, for example, one of BX Beast Boy's main topics about me was whether I was sober or not. Now, to you, BX, you may think like, so what? Like, that's my opinion. To somebody that even at the time was struggling with that is real life. Somebody could relapse and end up losing their life. I could have just relapsed, been disappointed. You don't know what you're putting somebody through when you do that. So that is real life. Now I'm gonna have to correct you. That's incorrect. I think it's very, and I know you have multiple different channels and you transfer videos, but that's incorrect. You taunted me about my sobriety when I was going through a hard time, and you and plenty of your friends made jokes about it. To you, it's funny. That's great, but that's my real life. And it's not funny. So I don't care if you said you were joking and it wasn't 2 videos. That's false. You've done it repeatedly. Actually, hold on. I saw something pop up in my algorithm. I'll give you a perfect example. This is one of your friends. And this is from you making videos. It's your community of friends you had, but hold on. Let me show you a part of what I'm talking about, of the shit that you inspired. And I ain't trying to fight with you, but I'm telling you, you are wrong when you say you're not going real life on people when you do shit like that. And you poke. Like, of course, someone's going to snap. Okay, hold on. BX, your family was not in danger because you put a false address of where you live. Nobody lived at that fucking address. Nobody. So cut the shit. All right, hold on. Let me find this. Is it? Oh, wow. That one popped up right away. Not that. Oh, here we go. So this is your friend. This is one of, now this isn't him, but this is his, this is what BX, promotes, supports, and this is, part of his community. This is the shit every day from somebody else, but mainly from BX Beast Boy, that I would experience while I was going through an extremely hard time, whether I was coming online for my sobriety, lashing out because of it or whatever. But this, oh wait,
cocaine is not.
I love how it talks about cocaine when we're talking about sobriety. I scrolled up the wrong way. Ooh, damn, he's hot. Wrong video, but damn. For my sobriety, for...
Okay, now let me talk to you about this real quick. What if you worked the steps with me? Would you do that?
This is not about my sobriety.
But
this
is
not about
spiritual awakening at the end of...
For my sobriety, for...
Okay.
So yeah, I was just mocked repeatedly over and over. And BX, I mean, come on. When you poke at people like that, we get it, BX, you're a victim, okay? You're a victim. You don't do anything to anybody else, and you're just a perfect, wonderful person who doesn't do anything to provoke people. Is that what you wanted? It's bullshit, but is that what you wanted? Like, to shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. This will pose many challenges to current stances, BX. That's what it looks like. Well, good. I am blaming you. It is your fault that you got fucking snapped back at, period. You shouldn't. We've already been on panel, German lady. No. Last time we squashed this and he's here stirring it up again, not fucking doing it. He could go start his little fucking hate train again, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck. You gaslight. He does fucking gaslight people. BX, I am so glad you came in here because you are the perfect fucking example. And I'm not the only person you've taunted. I mean, you've done it to a lot of fucking people. And I mean, that's what you do. When you mock people in their real life situations and stuff like that, that is fucking real life. Period. Period. I ain't talked about you in years. Stop crying. I'm sorry. Am I crying? I saw you come over to my chat whining and bitching about your poor me victim card. Can I help you with anything else? We get it. You see yourself as a victim. Move on. Okay? Jesus fucking Christ. So my point was, I always fucking want to, I will reach out to people to work things out with them first. And actually that's another really good example about BX. When he was making these shitty ass fucking videos about my real life, I reached out to him privately. Do you know that he then went and made a whole fucking video? Robbie, stop contacting me. Ew, what do you have, a crush on me? I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, dude, way to be a fucking adult. Like, I was trying to fucking like resolve whatever your fucking issue is with me, and you couldn't do that. You couldn't do it. So there's that. And Nadine, I would like for you to suck my dick. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hold on, let me block this dumb bitch. You know what? I'm going to block this bitch too. Because BX, you will do anything. You will stir anything back up for content. You and I spoke about this for like an hour, hour and a half on your panel almost a year ago. Go jump on the hate train over and make up mobsters. Get the fuck out of my chat. All right. Goodbye. Go cook me. You could use a diet, but go ahead and cook me and then eat me afterwards. Because I would like for you to eat me. Okay? Anybody else have any questions or comments about anything? Have I cleared up everything? See, and hold on, before I blocked him, he was like, I'm going to cook you all year this year. That nothing's new, dude. Nothing has changed with you. You haven't learned anything. And the whole point is, if your intention to cook somebody the rest of the year means that you're purposely targeting them, so if they go real life on you, it's your fucking fault. Don't fucking poke at people, is my point. He's never going to grow up. Taxmax says, this is upsetting on both ends. I'm sorry you guys are having issues with the situation. Yeah, I'm sorry too. Look. I forgot he has like 5,000 fucking troll accounts and accounts. Oh, BX is triggered, guys. Wow. Don't dox me. Pull up yourself. Look at this is a perfect example, folks. Let's watch this dude spiral in my chat. Let's go watch him spiral on his channel as he cooks me all year because he's offended. He's offended that my truth is different than his truth. He's offended that he can't take accountability for roasting people in their real life and fucking, hurting them and not caring. Let's go. Look at him spiraling. He's really on a roll now, isn't he? Iceland says, perplexed. I supported you. The more I've learned, the more disappointed I become. Well, you guys, look. My whole entire point is that we all fucking make bad decisions. Some of us make them worse than others. Some of us get triggered easier. It takes longer. I mean, look how easy it was to trigger BX in my chat, and he's like typing every other comment is his. We all react differently. We all, some people push karma, some people do, but the whole point is they wouldn't want to do that or be inspired, wouldn't even be a thought if people would just fucking be adults and either work shit out or like leave each other alone. But when you poke at somebody and then complain, no matter what action it is in return, you can't complain about it really because you're the one who instigated. Perplex said, I did one thing 3 years ago. Sorry if that is too much for you too. Exactly. No, BX. You and I had a conversation on your panel not even a year ago. Go be triggered on your channel. Okay? Or on your 5 channels that nobody cares about anyways. Okay? Have a beautiful day, BX. You could turn your caps lock off now. Mean words to try to destroy someone's life. It's weak. Grow up hair and don't be drunk on a platform. Well, I agree. Drinking on a platform is not not a good mix. But Crystal, I do disagree with your statement there, because you guys are basically saying that words have no power. And they do when they're hateful. They do. Especially if you're hurting somebody intentionally with the words, you're fucking doing it intentionally. So when somebody wants to hurt you in return, whether they choose words or whatever else it is, don't be a fucking dick. Listen, I don't give a fuck what religion you are, what beliefs you have, any of that shit. Treat people the fucking way that you want to be treated. You cannot sit there. Well, you can, but you're going to look like a fucking idiot when you cry when someone goes back at you in whatever way they choose. You don't sit there and fucking target somebody, insult everything about their life, their addictions, their everything. Everything. What would Jesus do, BX? He would put your ass on Ozempic. That's what Jesus would do. That's what Jesus would do. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. See? Because he pokes. Well, bitch, you gonna get it in return. Give a fuck. Yes. Yes, I'm making fun of Jesus. Yep. Oh, my Lord, look at this man. Folks, look, this is what I've tolerated for years. We squashed it like not even a year ago. This is how obsessive this man gets. He used to pop out videos of me like he's popping comments in the chat right now. Non-fucking stop. Laughing about sobriety, laughing about, you know, my looks and everything. So when I did that shit about his looks in return and all that fucking shit, hell yeah. Then I copyright struck him years and years ago, and he puts a fake fucking address on there. It's not even real. So my whole point was to tell people, hey, if you strike this guy, if he's using your content, he is using a fake address and it should be reported. And he's like, he doxed me. Bitch, you don't even live in that state. I know your actual address, and that's never been doxed. BX. I know where you really fucking live. Do you see me putting that shit out there? Nope. Nope. That's a shocker, BX. Go have fun staring at my face all day. Okay? Go have fun with that. Perplex says, of course I did. I was taking it to my grave, and and they're not things you've done that you made peace with that you would never tell if you're not perfect. Exactly. I always tell people, like, in situations like this, think of the worst thing you've ever fucking done. A lot of people are probably taking that to their grave. Imagine that being found out and just people fucking spreading it. And first of all, the embarrassment that comes with it, along with the shame, the guilt, because you've already like concealed it in your life, and you know you're planning on taking it to your grave and just moving on, and now it's like a whole new thing in your life years later that people are making you feel like you are that person in that moment, and the truth is you're not. And every bitter person, like BX for example, people that just refuse to keep the peace or accept it, or they don't want peace until you prove they're right, which, you know, the whole point of an argument is two people having different opinions, and you're most likely not going to change the other one's opinion. But those people getting so offended and hanging on to anger and saying, no, there's no forgiveness, I will never forgive them, and blah, blah, blah. Well, you're just keeping that extra stress in your back. You're just like making yourself stressed out, intense. So peace and forgiveness is good for you and everybody else. Okay. Shut up, BX. I'm going to make him log in under another account because he's annoying me. Thor, check my criminal record, bitch. Goodbye. Exactly, Scotty. See? All of that shit. Like, when you trash someone's addiction, I don't want to hear fucking people sitting there and complaining. Matter of fact, Hooker's done that to me. She's she's trashed my addiction plenty of times, but you're not allowed to talk about her friend who ended her life because of addiction. So it's like, they don't like it in return. It's not okay to do it in return. So I am sorry, hooker, whether you believe me or not, like when I snap in return. But I've even said this to hooker and she spoke about it publicly. All I've ever wanted was to make like amends and just make it stop so we could all feel better. And she's even spoke about the emails I've sent her apologizing. I've never got a response to those except dragging and calling me the F word on here all the time. So it's like, okay, well, when you poke and poke and poke and you don't accept people's offer, you don't have to, nobody's forcing you to, but you're just recycling the same bullshit. Grow the fuck up and move on. We need to all start acting like adults more. Nobody is perfect. However, I've never done anything so horrible that I'd take it to my grave. That's more proof you haven't changed. Well, you know what? And that's very easy for somebody to say because nobody would know that you did anything horrible because you're not telling anybody about it because you take it to your grave. So that statement right there, I mean, can be bullshit. We don't need to hear about how good of a fucking person you are, Aislinn, or however you say your fucking name. You cannot tell me that you've never done anything that you'd be embarrassed if people found out about it. That's bullshit. You're a fucking human. Yes, you have. That's a fucking lie. I'm going to call you out on that. That's humanly not possible. Okay. Yes, children should be off limits. Everybody should be. Everybody should be. Everyone, everything. Nobody should be doing any of that shit. But people should also not be poking the fucking bear every single fucking day. Yeah, I'm sleepy too, Scotty. I've been feeling really shitty the last couple days. Good, and that's your thinking too, because you literally just said that it proves that no one's changed just because they said people take things to their grave. That's an ignorant fucking statement. Ignorant statements like, oh, well, you're friends with so-and-so. That's all we need to know about you. Really? That's all? You don't want to know my favorite color, my fucking beliefs, my political, nothing. That's all you need to know is that I'm friends with a person. Okay. Here's all you need to know too. Suck a dick. German lady says, Manda's such a phony, flounder-headed fool. She used to be outraged over addiction shaming, homophobia, etc. And look at her these days. Bingo. All of the, and look, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but like, I get it. Manda, Hooker, all of my enemies, if you say that, I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate AJ. But if you want to say enemies, I don't like the word enemies, but I guess that's what they are. I mean, yes, they get angry too. Their feelings should be considered, right? They should. But that would take a logical conversation so we could better understand each other. But if you take logical conversation out of the picture and you just keep throwing in digs at addiction shaming and fucking going after your family and all this kind of shit, I mean, eventually that heat grows bigger and eventually it just fucking explodes. So if you're one of those people out there complaining about the actions of somebody when they're angry, no matter what they are, maybe they're saying really foul things, maybe they're going real life on you, maybe they're sleeping with your husband just to get back at you. Whatever it is, you have to think about your fucking, what are you doing to make the situation better? Oh, you're going live every day about that person, talking about their family and stuff? Well, maybe you should try stopping that and see if the situation calms down. But see, nobody likes to calm the situation down. They just continue to like hurting that other person because it feels good to them. Well, then you're a part of the fucking problem. Amen. Woohoo! Trump 2024, bitches. Rock on. So anyways, if anybody wants, they can take a link and have their say. BX, you're not fucking welcome on my panel because you're a fucking child. I don't let children on my panel. And I'm done. I've been done with my conversation with you since we spoke on your panel. And there's nothing else to say but Ozempic and grow the fuck up. Okay? Ozempic. And by the way, I just want to point out that I also need to grow up after saying that statement. Just to be fair, that was immature, but you know what? Fuck you. Fuck off. And you're instigating this time, I'm not going to watch because it only makes my behavior worse by watching it and getting triggered. So have fun making your videos. I don't give a fuck. Bernie says all Hooker does is act like a fifth grader and call people childish. Oh, childish names. Her and Amanda giggle like children. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cringe. They never have like a logical solution to anything. And people don't fucking understand. They think that like, oh, Robbie's mad just because we didn't want to make peace. I'm like, no, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that you're sitting complaining about other people's actions, but you're doing nothing to do your part to make the situation better, is what's annoying. Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm not going to watch that. Mood poisoning, fuck that shit. That's one of my biggest problems on here is I've always made the mistake of watching things. And yeah, you know, when people make a video on you every day repeatedly, their purpose is to get you triggered and riled up and talk about things that they know are going to hurt your feelings or, you know, things you've struggled with and you're going to get triggered. And I've been that far too many times. You got to get to a point where, like Molly was saying, or my husband tells me all the time, like, don't even listen to him. Who cares? And, you know, that's a struggle because you're curious, you know, like, are they saying anything that's going to be real life? Or, and that's why you listen. But at this point, it's like, who fucking cares? I don't give a fuck about any of that shit at this point because it's just damaging to yourself. And then it's damaging to the other person because the way you respond is going to hurt them too. Oh yeah, the way she says, little peanut. She wishes she had a peanut. See, that was immature of me to say too. But I that's my opinion. To put it nicely, I think she envies good-looking men. So, but that's all I had to say. I'm going to try to get some stuff done and rest more because I do not feel good. Hooker and her caretaker. Well, you ain't wrong. Maybe, I don't know. But I hope you guys have a good day. I'm dipping out. And that's it. And, you know, if you disagree, it's not going to hurt my feelings. You're entitled to your opinion. And that's fine. And that's it. Oh, hold on. Iceland's going to say one last thing. I don't want anyone to hurt Laura by going real life or going after her children. Thank you for saying that. And I do agree with that as well. It's just the retaliation back and forth. And unfortunately, Iceland, since people like it is drama, content, and community, it's unfortunate that a lot of people, and I like I said, I've witnessed it personally with myself, experienced it. When I reach out to people like BX, people like Hooker, Mommy Ramblings. And this is while she was blaming me of something I didn't do at the time, by the way. So many people that they ignored that offer or that chance to make peace. It's a cheesy statement, and I hate saying it over and over, but it's like their anger gets in the way, and so they ignore it. They don't want to do it, and that's they're entitled to that. But then they make this situation worse by continuing to go on and on and on. It's like, dude, why can't two people just fucking squash, shut the fuck up, and move on? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because it's a drama community, and without drama, a lot of these other people don't have content. I may have a lot of drama on my channel, but if you go in and let's say there was a filter out the drama content, you would still see that I do have content. And am creative. And you'll see that with a lot of other people too. Some people If there was a filter to block out drama, you would see nothing on their channel. And that's the problem. Love you too, Scotty. Yeah, wait, it's already started, Laura? Did somebody do something already, or are they just talking about it, is what you're saying? You've already allowed yourself to talk about people who do bad things. Time for some fun now. I wish I would have fun right now, but I don't feel good. Laura says, if I knew who called CPS on me, they would be the last person I talk about. That's a very good point. And not even CPS, but anything. You know how people get on and say they're being harassed or taunted, which is funny because every single day, most of the time, they're talking about the person that they're afraid of in every video, every fucking live, all of that. I mean, look at BX. That's another good. I'm so glad he came in here. BX comes in saying, you doxed me, you did this. Well, then if I was really like a like very pushy, evil doxer, wouldn't you think you'd shut the fuck up? Provoking. You guys are not scared of anybody. You're not. It's bullshit. Your actions say otherwise. You're not scared of anyone. What you do like, though, is you like the attention you get by pulling the victim card when somebody comes at you after you piss them off. That's what people do like. So Makeup Mobster, I'm sure you're enjoying. I'm sure you're getting a lot of donations and sympathy right now, and that's great. And I do feel bad about what happened years ago. But put your big girl's fucking panties on, okay? And realize that nothing has happened since then. Laura hasn't done anything since then. So shut the fuck up. I mean, yeah, you could talk about 3 years ago. Get it out of your system. But you can also realize, oh, this is the last thing I wanted to say. You can also realize that, let's say, okay, it's not okay to call CPS and shit like that. But somebody made a statement that I was like, good fucking point. And that proves my point even more. They said, what if Makeup Mobster's kid would have been taken out of her home? Okay, first of all, let me just say, Makeup Mobster is an amazing mother. I've always thought that. I think she's great. I think she has a good personality, all of that. Her child is in perfect care, okay? And that is why CPS did not do anything. Yes, it is wrong. They should have never been there to begin with, okay? If CPS were to take anybody's child, they would have reason to do it. That means they investigated it and there is some abuse or neglect going on. So if that were to happen to anybody, right? And someone says, oh my God, what if they took them away? Well, then that would be CPS doing their fucking job. I'm not saying that about Makeup Mobster's kid, by the way, okay? I'm saying, hell, if somebody did, let's say someone got CPS called on them fraudulently, just somebody was being a dick, and then CPS actually found that they did have grounds to do something. Well, then I'd call that a blessing in fucking disguise. Was it wrong for that person to do? Abso-fucking-lutely. But hell, come to find out, there was abuse in the home or something. Again, let me reiterate, because haters are going to take that and run. I am not talking about Makeup Mobster. I'm saying, to answer that question, CPS is not going to take your fucking kids unless they have a reason to. It's not because some troll fucking calls on the internet. Tiff says the best thing you... Oh, hold on, Tiff, because I told you I was going to give you... You remember our text. There was a little confusion going on. The best thing you can do with something like this is be accountable and sincerely apologize. If people choose not to accept that, then they don't. It's their own personal problem. This too shall pass. But what Tiff finds gross are the hypocrites choosing to capitalize off this for content while dismissing their own behavior. Yes, or the behavior. Oh, you do have a wrench on that channel. I think I took your wrench on your other one. But yeah, I mean, there is people over there that, I mean, it's not Makeup Mobster's responsibility to know who's in her chat and supports her and who she's friends with and what they've done to me. Like, it's not her fault. I'm not going to sit there and do that, but I am going to say it's pretty hypocritical for people that have gone real life on me to be in her chat outrage. It's actually very laughable. Oh, thank you, Tiff. So anyways, I kind of feel like I'm going to throw up. I have really bad dry mouth. My throat's sore, and I kind of feel like I'm going to pass out. I just got like really hot, and I need to go rest. Sorry, I didn't stay on longer, but yeah, I'm going to go. Have a good day, you guys.
No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! Hey! Ow! Ow! My